Welcome, guys, to another episode of Sam Oladeinde Series. Here with me today, I have Simon. Like you know, we're going to be talking about steps you can take to settle in here faster and better. All right, let's dive straight into it. Simon, thank you, Chief. OG,
So,
thank you very much for doing this.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very quickly. This is the first thing I do. I allow my guests to introduce themselves. So please take the floor.
Okay, thank you. My name is Simon Matias. I'm from Nigeria. I came into the UK in February, I think February 14th. Before now, my wife was here, and I was part of the people that didn't want to come at first, at the first instance.
Yeah.
So I had to make up my mind because I thought I was doing very well in Nigeria. I didn't need to come around and all of that. So I had to make up my mind before I eventually came in February. And it's been good also till now. Thank God.
Fantastic. February this year?
Yeah, February this year.
Fantastic. So how long was your wife here before you came in?
Yeah, so my wife came in October in 2023. Yeah, she got the COS, so she came around. And I just joined her almost 2 years after.
So would you say that your wife coming in here give you a soft landing?
Yes, I think for me, my experience really, I would really attribute a lot with God. God has been faithful. I think one of the very strong soft landing we had was actually my sister-in-law. So my wife's elder sister, she was here. She was a nurse already, so she helped a lot. So when we came in initially, when my wife came in initially, she was staying by her place. So it was a soft landing because even me, when I came in February, I stayed as a family. We stayed with her for a few times before we eventually got our own space. Even though I started looking for my house right from Nigeria, but then we stayed a while before we got our own space and moving. So soft landing, yes, especially transitioning through her sister, then her, and then I think it just gave me that soft landing really. Made it easy for me.
Oh, fantastic. From what I've gathered so far, accommodation is the most expensive thing you get to incur every month.
Yeah. I think beyond that is actually even getting a place. Getting the right place. I think it started from that. As a family, we were able to build up a budget somewhat. We built up some funding even before I came to say, okay, we have the money at hand. Let's see if we can get the place. That didn't come easy. It took us a few months before we were able to get our space, even though we had the money at hand and all of that. I think that's one. Then housing is, of course, the biggest budgeting for every month for families here in the UK because it's a lot of money. If you convert it to Nigeria, it's
don't even try it.
It's a million, so it's a lot. But we thank God for provision, really.
Okay. Now, since you entered here, what are the challenges that you have faced so far? Okay. Before you answer that, let me ask this. What were you into in Nigeria before you came in here?
Okay, so in Nigeria, just like I said, I thought I was doing well. I worked as an IT manager for a non-profit organization. It was a big one. I think it's one of the biggest in Nigeria, though it's indigenous. So I was leading the IT team there. So I think one of the grace I had with them was the fact that they allowed me to work remotely even whilst I'm here. Before I completed my transition. So when I made up my mind to come over, they gave me a time lab to transition, and so most of those times were done remotely. So I was here already trying to transition over to my next in command over there in Nigeria. So it gave me that succor somehow to really continue to enjoy some level of salary coming in and also continue to learn and grow within my sector.
Oh, that's a very good one. Only a few companies will allow that.
Yeah, I agree. I had an amazing CEO. He's a father, a mentor, a friend. I think he was able to understand, and also I think he also see a lot of value that I brought into the company, and he wanted to retain it to some level. And I think that also made us to part, not entirely parting, because we didn't part so per se, but even when I resigned, we still have a very good relationship even beyond the job that we did here in Nigeria.
Fantastic. Now to the question. During the whole transition period, what are the challenges you faced? And what challenges do you think people who just come in here face from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, okay. So I think for me, what I've seen so far, it's a lot to do with how you continue to earn money. Because first of all, you need that financial inflow to survive, you know. So coming here, if I convert, of course, if you convert the Nigerian currency to the pound, it didn't make so much to keep me beyond the survival mode when I came in. I think whether you come in here as a dependent, maybe a student, dependent, or even you come here as a skilled worker, one of the major things is actually getting the job. Getting the job, getting a job and getting the right job. I think for me, my experience, I would say that when I came in here, working very, very in partnership with my wife, we're able to achieve a lot together, working closely with God, really. That's actually the summary of my story. But if I would break it down, I would say the first challenge was actually getting a job. So when I came in here, I had so much confidence in myself, knowing that I've worked for many years as an IT professional. I've grown within the ranks up to leading an IT team for a multi-million naira dollars non-profit. So I thought I was good to go, but it wasn't easy. It didn't come very easy for me. In fact, when the unfortunately mail started hitting my mailbox back and center, it was really depressing. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
So I think I staggered my employment search processes. First of all, I came in here and I had a lot of news. And I think that's one thing that is very common in the UK. When you come in here, a lot of people have come before you. They just tell you so many stories. Yeah. And most times the most important thing to do is actually work with God and find your story. It's not usually the same with everybody. We all have our different parts, different stories, different layer of grace and all of that to work with. So when I came in here, at first I think I downgraded my expectations from God. I came in here and everybody said you have to start small. This is a new environment, you know. You can't be a big man there and come in here and transition into that same level. And for me, he actually got to me. I started applying for very junior roles. In fact, at some point I was applying for IT support role, help desk. If you're an IT person, you know what help desk is. Help desk is actually probably the people picking the calls, doing the first level IT support, you know. And that's a level that I passed over 7 years ago, if not more, you know. So, but I found myself applying for IT help desk job. And because I was applying wrongly, because, of course, when I got my CV review, they were like, how can you be a manager here coming down, you know, of course, they won't give you the job. So I started getting, that was the reason for the unfortunate mail. We can't consider you for this role. I could say in total, I applied for over 100 jobs.
Wow.
Yeah, within 6 months.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Every day I open my laptop, I'm applying both on LinkedIn, Indeed. I was going to company website, civil service, NHS, name it. Northeast job, because of course we're in the Northeast, so there's a portal where you apply for all the council jobs within this area. I was all over the place trying to see how I can fit myself into the job market. It wasn't really easy. It wasn't easy until God used a testimony that I had in church where somebody was doing well in Nigeria and came over and took the chance to apply for big roles that would suit his CV, and he got it. When I had that testimony, it really changed my perception and my really approach to applications. To crown it again, I think we had one service. My wife came out to me and said, babe, stop applying for smaller roles. I think you can get the big ones. Because all I've done then was applying for the small roles. And when those words came to me, I had to readjust, reconfigure my mind to look for something better and started applying for the big roles. To be frank, with the help of some persons that helped me with the CV, better application, better representation of myself, I started getting the interviews. for mid-level, high levels, and it was wow. I targeted that, and because I've got the experience, I've got the capacity within me, I could present myself better. And above all, I had the grace of God supporting me too. I was able to get in line with interviews, and I think when it started showing the light was when I started taking. I look at just like I used to tell my wife, when I started getting to semifinals and finals, where they tell you, yeah, we have round 2, you passed the interview for round 2, round 1 is round 2. And when I even got to round 3, and in fact, there was a police job, senior IT network role for a police council here, and they told me I took first, but they wanted to have a discussion between me and the person that took second. And I lost it anyway, but then it gave me the light and gave me the encouragement that I was doing well. If I could get to several stages at the interviews and all of that. But all of these things, I'm just summarizing a life of 6 months without job in the UK and struggling, trying to fit in things for myself, having my family around. I have a small daughter. It was not easy. We're just floating, trying to pull through and all of that. And I would tell you that one of the interviews that I thought that I didn't present myself to the best of my abilities was actually the one that called me.
Wow, that's great.
It was actually the one that called me, and that's great. It was one of the most senior role I've applied for. Yeah. And it was one of the most secure jobs within the UK, and I got it. And they told me to come in, make my presentation, did all their search. I was a criminal or not, and all of that. And it went through for me. And since then, it's been a few weeks working there, but it has been an amazing time for me, really. Oh. And if I just look at it from when I came in here and how I was struggling to see if I could really even clinch, even at the lowest, beneath the smallest role, to how God transited my mindset into really positioning me well to get even a big role that is suitable to my experience is amazing. It's amazing, and it's something I can't count. Great. So, but then in the midst of this, I think one of the points I forgot to list was actually when I was doing the search, when I was in that process to get all of this come true. A lot of people came back to me to tell me, why not try care? Why not do support? These are roles that you could get easily. Just get something, keep moving. I told myself that I've had a commitment with God before I came to the UK from Nigeria, that I was going to continue as an IT person. That was one. Two, I also know within me, that I do not have the capacity to do some of those roles. They are very amazing roles.
Not everybody has the capacity for it.
No disrespect. They are amazing. People are making money a lot, even more than me, even what I'm earning. I agree, but I didn't have that capacity. I knew I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't probably have the patience. I wouldn't have the stability of my mindset to continue to retain in such kind of role. So I just focused on my IT. I just kept applying. Every morning, afternoon, evening, I kept applying. Every day I shut my official laptop, I turn on my personal laptop, I start pushing for those interviews, those applications. I applied everywhere. Websites, I can call. There are some organizations that even when they slated the interview, I was wondering if I could fit in and all of that. But that's to show how much application that I put through, over 100 applications, just to ensure that I get something out of the UK. But the processes were not easy, really. So when they came and said, why not try care? Why not do this warehouse job? Why not do this? Why not do that? I told them I don't have the muscle. I don't have the capacity to do it. And I thank God for two things. I thank God for God. I thank God for my wife. And I thank God for my CEO back then in Nigeria that continued to put me on the payroll, even though I was effectively supporting the team, even as a remote staff, because it's an IT team. I was managing all the resources at the back end, even from the UK. But his understanding to grant me that exceptional approval was just amazing. That's just amazing. And also having a wife that will keep you through, keep encouraging you, keep supporting you. At some point, we almost eat all of our salary every month just to ensure that we continue to flow, because she was the one with the job, with the UK job, you know. I didn't come here with so much, but so that, and also just crowning it with the God's advantage, you know, the grace advantage that enveloped the whole thing to make me to get what I got. Yeah,
that's a testimony right there.
Yeah,
to be honest, that's a testimony right there, and that's grace. So you then say that the right information is what keeps you on the right path.
Yeah. So yes, the right information, and I think I did well to filter the kind of information that came through for me. Because I had a plan, I had a mindset, I had a target even before coming to the UK, and I was ready to stay by it. I focused more on the people that gave me words that are suitable within that plan.
That works with your plan.
Yeah. So I stayed up with them, and they are amazing folks, really. And you know, I hear a lot of people say when you come to the UK, the Nigerian community, they snub you and all of that. I think the Nigerian community, the people you have here, the Nigerians you have here, are actually the people that will still really give you the light, give you the path, the torchlight. They can still give you those guidance that are required. Really, it's just about you getting the right ones. There are bad people, there are good people everywhere, but filtering them, getting the right ones that are suitable for your plan. First is actually having a plan. Because I had a plan, I stuck to it.
Okay.
I didn't want to do any other thing. I stuck to my plan. It has to be IT. It has to be. I could do anything, because in Nigeria we do a lot. Cloud computing, IT, service management. We do networking. We are just like jack of all trades, right? But I know I can fit in any of those roles, considering the experience I've got. So I could fit in few training. I can unlearn and relearn, and also fit in very well with those rules. But I needed people that would really, really continue to encourage me to stay within that mind frame, that target of being an IT, that within my plan to be an IT person. So I needed that thing. So I focused on those folks. I had some in church. I had some that were my friends back there in Nigeria before we came here, and some new guys that I also met here. So I filter out those other ones that are calling for me to go off my plan. Due respect to them, they didn't really. They were not really bad advice, but they were not just advice that are in line with what I wanted to become. Yeah.
When people say Nigerian community will not support you, or they will mess you up and whatnot, the first thing that comes to my mind is you attract who you are.
Yeah.
Why not try and rearrange yourself first and see who you attract?
Exactly.
Eventually.
Exactly. Because if the few persons that I've met, in fact, when we have those first interactions, already they will know that this guy is headed somewhere. You know, the best I could give is to encourage him. I think I wouldn't ask you for money. I was able to sustain with my wife. We're able to eat well, do well, like rent a house, got a few things in, and we're going even without the UK job. But then all I needed was just guidance, just effective communication that would also just keep me in line and all of that. So if you meet me at that time, you would know that this is this kind of guy. I can't be telling him to do this other thing, you know, because he's too damn focused. It's just about the goal that he wants to achieve this place. So it was easy for me to link up with the right people. Not really the right people, because I wouldn't call those other ones wrong people, but just link up with the people within the circumference that I want to retain as friends.
Okay. You've said number one is have a plan.
Yeah.
And number two, which is almost as important as number one, stick
to the plan.
Stick to the plan. And that will help you in filtering the information you get, because there are a lot of information flying around everywhere here. And most of them are born out of survival mode.
Yeah.
People just want to survive.
Hence
why they will advise, Why not sharply get warehouse now? Sharply get this
I also don't think it's a crime to really survive whilst you wait for your plan to materialize. Because our pathways might not just be the same. You know?
Okay.
I stuck to it because I know that with the kind of person I am, I could easily divert.
If you try another thing.
I probably, as a person, didn't have that capacity to retain a plan if I lose focus on it in a bit. So there are some folks that have come here, they did some other jobs that are not within their line of career, and they were able to also continue to apply while they just survive, you know. And so when the right time comes, they move in. So it may be a different story, really. The story doesn't have to be the same. But the common denominator is actually the fact that you have to have a plan, you have to stick to the plan, and you have to filter the information that comes to you. Yes, if they are not helping your plan, please just quietly leave. Yeah.
Respectfully.
Leave.
Thank you very much. I understand what you have said, and
you've been amazing. Thank you very much.
God bless you. And then you move.
Otilo.
I like that. Otilo. I like that. All right, so have a plan, stick to the plan, and getting the right information that aligns with your plan. Okay. Would you say that one of the things that also helped you stick to your plan is the fact that you had something coming in, even if it's not in the UK standard, based on the denomination differences? Would you say that's one of the things that helped you stick with the plan?
Yes, I would agree with you on that. And that's why I made the previous statement I made. Yes, because I had something coming. It wasn't so much, but I was able to sit on it and use it to at least continue my survival mode. Because to be frank, just like I said in my opening statement, that you have to survive. You have to get that inflow. You have to sustain. The bills are everywhere. They are per second.
Non-stop.
They are per second. They just hit you every time. So you need to survive. That's why I was saying something. I said, as long as you have a plan, you could actually be doing something else, and your plans will still be in the pipeline. So mine was different because I had an inflow. It wasn't big. It wasn't as big enough to really make me really hit my chest. But it was enough to pay my bills.
Okay.
Yeah, the job was a good job, even though, the denomination difference really affected it, but it was big, very big in Nigeria. So it was enough to keep me here. And I could call that my own survival funding. So I was able to survive on that. So yes, I agree with you. And that was why I made the previous statement to say that you could actually get survival while you continue to hit on the plans. I had a friend that met me recently and said, when he finished school, he got a COS as a support person, but right now he's trying to get something else within the project management line that he studied, and also the experience that he got right from Nigeria. And that was amazing. Like, he could hold the support role while he gets something else, and he could switch in because as a graduate applicant, I think at 31K you can get COS as a skilled worker. So that's totally okay. You know, it also shows that he has a plan and he's sticking to it, he's working towards his plan. You understand?
Yes.
So I think if you come here and you just put up an open mind that anywhere the waters push you to, you are ready to flow with it. That's where you probably come back after many years and maybe regret that you didn't become what you want to become.
You really want to be.
in this town. And I think the opportunities are available for all.
Yes.
Yeah, the opportunities are available for all. And when I get to the office, I see a lot of brothers, Black, Asian, everybody working within the same office. It shows that the UK job market is actually a very inclusive market, and they have actually created opportunity for everybody. As long as you're able to bring in values, they are ready to have you as part of teams that will create things for their people and for the whole world, you know, because it just turned around, you know. So I think it's an inclusive market. The opportunities that are available for everyone. If you are not getting it, you probably just keep applying. If you haven't gotten it, probably just keep applying. Or perhaps the one that God has assigned to you is coming. It's just on the pipeline, you know. When it comes and you click on it, you see the answer.
One more before the main question. Do you think that people can also be on the lookout for those who have applied, gotten a job, to help them, you know, rearrange their CV or rearrange their presentation and whatnot?
Absolutely.
To make them...
Absolutely. So for me, okay, maybe a part that I've not said, when one of the major change that happened in my application phase was actually when I had to pay someone online on TikTok. Yeah. A Nigerian on TikTok, very amazing guy. I don't know if you will allow me to mention his name anyway, but I had to pay him to provide some kind of guidance service to me on my application. So we sat down, he looked at everything and said, no, you are not presenting yourself well. You've got the experience, you've got the capacity, but I don't think you're presenting yourself well. So after I had that 1 hour section with that guy, I think everything changed for me. Okay. In fact, when I started getting the interviews and not making those progress on the interviews too, I went back to him and paid another money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for another interview service. So he gave me that service. He gave me that service, and I think that was also a step towards the right direction for me that has helped me to get what I got. So to answer your question, I think I've been doing that already. In fact, the few people that I've discussed with, that I've mentioned that they were in the application phase, I literally just offered them. I think I've done that to about 5 people. So what I paid, I'm giving it for free to just make people represent themselves well. Because I think we have a lot of folks, especially our people, that have got a lot of experience. In fact, when you come into their work market, your work environment, you will notice that some of the jobs we do in Nigeria, if you evaluate them with what they have here, we're actually doing like 10 jobs as a single person in Nigeria. Like in Nigeria, I was the IT manager. IT manager was just the underlying job name, right? I support the cloud. I support server administration. I mean, on-prem. If you're an IT person, you understand what I mean. I'm a network person. We do like a virtual cloud network. I manage it with my team. I'm leading it. We do application support. We do some DevOps. We do then IT support, IT service management. We just do a lot. That's like stuff. 10. Yeah. We do a lot. I could actually call more. If customer service part of IT.
But you do it.
We do a lot. Asset management. We do that. Application support.
All under
product design. All under IT just management. Because I'm IT manager. I have a team. Of course, I have teams that are specialized, but I have a touch of everything as an IT manager. Over here, you have a manager for cloud computing. In fact, it's not just cloud computing. Even that cloud computing, you see them
splitting it.
Yes. There's a manager for network. There's a manager for this. There's just so many managers and their team members and all of that. So we've got the experience. We've got the capacity. Do not limit yourself. A lot of us limit ourselves because of survival mode. Because we allow survival mode to distract our plan. It's okay to survive, but you have to stick to the plan. You have to have that plan that you had right from home. That you said, I want to become this. You can actually become this if you stick to it. It may take a while. It took me over 6 months to achieve mine, but it came true and it came well. So I think if you stick to your plan, you can achieve it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Without further ado, if someone is just coming into the country, or if you met someone who has been in the country for a while and is still struggling, they are still stuck in the survival mode. You have already given some of this advice, but in what progression or in what steps would you tell this person things you think they should do to get better?
Okay, so first you need to have the right application.
Okay, have the right application.
Yes, I think one place we get it wrong is actually how we present ourselves.
Okay.
In this job applications. I think I did that. I got it wrong a lot. Because tell me why I'm applying for roles that are as junior as help desk and I'm putting IT manager from Nigeria. Current role. And tell me why I am still an IT manager and applying for mid-level IT roles, junior roles. That was the wrong way to present myself. Tell me why I am putting some element in my CV. Some of the elements actually activate, make you a protected characteristics. Person with protected characteristics. What do I? Maybe you want to Google that. A protected characteristic is a person that can be easily taken out of inclusiveness. How do I put that? A protected characteristics is anyone that has any limiting abilities or disabilities that can put you in a disadvantaged position within the Western world. For example, your race, your gender, sexual orientation, religion, your marital status. Some of these elements, if you put them so pronounced, they can put you in a disadvantage because you don't know who is reviewing you. There's an act in the UK. It's called is it the Inclusivity Act? I'll get that. I don't know why it skipped me.
It's something around inclusivity.
Yeah, it's something around inclusivity. It's a 2010 act. And I just did the test today. It's funny. So the act has made a law that everybody should be inclusive in the UK. In fact, it has protected every person, irrespective of your race, irrespective of, but you wouldn't know who is looking at your CV at the time. So it's very important you stop announcing some of your abilities that can put you under the protective characteristics. And I think that's another thing that we do. There are a lot. Maybe if you want to have a one-on-one with me, I won't charge you. If I have time, I have to have the time. But we can look at your CV and see how we can do it. So I was representing myself, and that really was the disadvantage for me. And when I had those sections, I think it helped me to present myself better. And that has helped me. Also, you have to know what you're applying for. Just like I said earlier, I was a manager, currently a manager as at then, and I was applying for junior roles. It just shows that you probably have issues, or maybe there's some a case about you that is making you leave such a role for a much junior one. So it's one of the things. So I think you need to review your application. You need to get the right people to look into your applications. If you are struggling, you need to get the right people to review your application, look at what you are doing wrong and how you can make better of them. I think there's one part that I've not mentioned that is above every other one, even though I know this is a social space. It may sound very religious, is that you need to fool God somewhere. God factor. You cannot do it all by yourself. Especially at some times of your life, you need to fool God. So if you are praying to God, you need to tie your prayer to something you are doing for Him. Just like when we're small, I think we could say, Daddy, I was the one that fetched your water. I was the one that I think you should give me money for food today, you know. So you could use that, you could refer to something to challenge God to give you. So a lot of us come here and forget who we were.
Where we're coming from.
We forgot that over there at home, we're working with God. We're in church, we're choir members, we're doing stuff for God. We got here because, it it's an open space and everybody could just be on their own. It could be depressing too. Everybody wants to stay indoors and all of that. But if you are struggling, I think you probably need to revive that relationship with God. Make it better, bring it, reunite it, reconnect it, and let it be that grace that will give you the advantage. Because I'm sure many people apply for the role I got, or probably some of the roles that gave me interview opportunities. But the grace is your advantage, but you need to have the grace. And how do you have the grace? You need to work with God. You need to point something that you're doing for God, doing it for God, doing it for humanity. You can't just float on your own. Most times, when we pray to God, God wants to look at two things. Because God is very factual. He looks at something. If you are praying that, sir, I want God, pray, I want to get this senior manager role. First thing he looks for, do you have the capacity? Yeah, are you working with me? You have to check all the box for it to come in for you easily. So if you're struggling, you need to review your application. Your application has to do with your CV, your LinkedIn presentation, your social media presentation. Your application is the first view of you. It's the first view of you that recruiters see. So you have to look at that, including your LinkedIn page and all that. So you need to look at that. Then you need to look if you are working with God. You have to work. You need that God factor. You need that encouragement. And you need to also align with the right people. Align with the people that are looking at what you are looking at. People that have achieved what you want to achieve. You want to align with them. You need to be in the right path. Talk to the right people. They will continue to encourage you. Their lifestyle will continue to fund that plan that you have within you, that perception. That their lifestyle will continue to fund it and make sure it's working in line with what you want. So when you get to the interview phase, which of course you probably that's where you are also struggling because it's on that phase to struggle really. I think that in that phase you also need to also know how to present yourself. You need to know how to present yourself. There's a lot beneath it, and some of these rules, even in the UK, try to tell you their expectations. So, but some of us don't really sit down to read some of those things. So it's probably one thing, some of those things that you need to do. So look at your application. Your application is not just your CV and cover letter, like we call it in Nigeria. Yeah, they call it, what's the statement? What's that word? Supporting document, sorry. So your application is not just your CV and supporting document. It actually has to do with your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your social media. Because if I want to employ Simon, I have to check Simon somewhere, somehow. Most of them do. And they want to check you out. You say you are an engineer. Well, your LinkedIn is showing that you're something else. They want to do that. So better presentation of yourself in the application phase and better presentation of yourself at interview phase is also another one to look at critically. And also get the right people, get the right information, read about the job you're applying for, sit down and read, dilute, process it. Best time to apply at midnight where everywhere is quiet, especially if you're not staying alone, if you're a family man like me. So just read, cool down, make sure you get the right information, apply rightly, and add God as a spice to it. The grace would take you there and before the day. Yeah.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep. And he's very focused.
Yeah.
Know exactly what you're doing. Present yourself for the exact thing that you're going for. Stick to your plan and don't deviate from it.
Yeah.
And of course, don't forget the God factor.
Yeah. Very critical.
Very important.
Very important.
That's really deep. Some of it I think I'm going to use in my own life myself. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you for this.
Yeah, there's a lot out there. The opportunity is a very inclusive environment. I think opportunities are there. Some of us maybe have to change our location. Some of us probably have to leave that place we are. Maybe there's so many competition where you are. Maybe you have to come down out here. where there are fewer competition. Maybe you have to look at that too. Maybe you have to really sit down and apply rightly. That passive application may not take you there. And it doesn't have to be with career. It can be business. It can be something else. Just have a plan. Stick to it. Get the right people. Put God to it. The sky is your starting point.
That's really good. So if it were business, it's just the same thing. Just look for those who have gone ahead of you.
Yeah, still
talk
the same
to them.
thing.
They will put you through one or two things you have to do.
It's still the same thing. You just have a plan. Have a plan before coming. Sincerely speaking, have a plan before coming to this UK, because truly, UK will test you.
True.
UK will test you deeply. The plan will continue to fund that, give you that strength to continue. The plan will fund your mindset, continually fund your mindset to retain and sustain that goal that you want to achieve. So have a plan. Stick to the plan. You may have distraction. Yes, it's okay to hustle. It's okay, but make sure you have a plan. Make sure your plan is not your chart is not going down the lane. Just continue to push your plan, and I think God will help you.
Guys, if you have stuck with us this far, thank you very much. Now, you've heard everything Simon had to say about this, and I'm just going to quickly run over it again. If you are coming in, have a plan. When you get in, don't deviate from that plan. And also, speak with people who speak to you what aligns with your plan. All right? And also, don't forget the God factor. If you're still in here and you're still struggling and everything, dust your CV. Get someone who can help you rearrange your presentation. And from what he said, your presentation is way more than your CV and your application. It encompasses your socials, Facebook, Instagram, all those irrelevant posts. You might want to delete them. Things that don't align with the plan that you already had before coming into the country. So put those things together. Present yourself in a way that will fit the role you're going for. If it's also business, go look for people who have gone ahead of you that can put you through how to do it. All right? So till I see you next time. I'm not saying no reverse today. I'm saying all right? Thank you, guys.